Hello guys, welcome back to NBA Stars. As we know that, a veteran of basketball, a celebrated sportsman, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the centerpiece of basketball success in the 20th century. A successful career, which spanned several years, saw him emerge as one of the leading figures of the game. Though long retired, Kareem is internationally recognized as one of the world-renowned basketball experts. His significant contribution to the game, as well as his inspiring defeat and bold disposition in the bitter face of defeat, has earned him accolades which has not only increased the respect and love basketball fans worldwide have for him, but also made his opinion of controversial games in the NBA something many look forward to. Though Kareem played basketball at a time when the hype of social media which helped bring more attention was non-existent, his antics on the court were inspiring enough to make him the iconic figure he is today. In this video we will talk about the life story of legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, so watch this video till the end and subscribe to my YouTube channel please. Childhood and early career. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was born as Ferdinand Louis Alcindor Jr. on April 16, 1947, in Harlem, New York City. He was the only child born to his parents. His father, Ferdinand Louis Alcindor Sr., worked as a transit police officer as well as a jazz musician, while his mother, Cora Lillian, worked in a shop as a departmental store price checker. Kareem weighed 5 kilograms and was 22.5 inches long at birth. His unusual size continued as at the age of 9, Kareem was already 5 feet 8 inches. When Kareem was in his 8th grade, he could slam dunk, having reached a height of 6 feet 8 inches. He grew quickly, and throughout his school years was the tallest child in the school system. It was natural that his teachers and coaches would steer him towards basketball. He did not take to the game immediately, but with patient application, he mastered the essentials, and as early as the 5th grade was developing the soaring, skyhook, that would become his signature shot on the basketball court. His parents were adamant that he pay attention to his studies as well. He was their only child, and they were determined that he prepare himself for college. His prowess on the basketball court won him a scholarship to Power Memorial, a private Catholic high school. The national sports press first took note of Lou Alcindor when he was only 15, playing for Power Memorial. He led his school team to 95 victories in 101 games and 3 consecutive championships in New York City's Catholic School League. In all 3 years, he was named a high school All-American. The top college basketball teams were all eager to recruit the young phenomenon, but he soon chose the University of California, Los Angeles, where he could work with fabled coach John Wooden. Coach Wooden had led his team to 2 previous championships, but with the young Lou Alcindor as center, the UCLA Bruins were about to embark on an unprecedented winning streak. At the time, National Collegiate Athletic Association rules prohibited freshmen from participating in varsity collegiate play, but when Alcindor became eligible in his sophomore year, he immediately dominated the college game. The Bruins were national champions all 3 years, losing only 2 games out of 90. To date, he is the only athlete to be named the NCAA tournament's most outstanding player 3 times. The sports press and wire services acclaimed him as College Player of the Year in both 1967 and 1969. Although he enjoyed enormous popularity as a college sports star, Alcindor was also an independent thinker, threading his way through the complex moral and political issues of the 1960s. A reading of the autobiography of Malcolm X led him to the study of Islam, a faith he eventually embraced, converting from the Catholicism of his family. Alcindor was urged to play on the United States Olympic team in 1968, but he declined, in part due to his distaste for the leadership of the International Olympic Committee, whose president, Avery Brundage, had expressed admiration for the government of Nazi Germany before the Second World War. Alcindor graduated from UCLA with a BA in history in 1969. Professional career. The Globetrotters offered Alcindor $1 million to play for them, but he declined and was picked first overall in the 1969 NBA draft by the Milwaukee Bucks. In his first season in the pros, Alcindor's impact was immediate. He led his team to 2nd place in the Eastern Division, and personally finished 2nd in the league for scoring. He was named Rookie of the Year. The Bucks improved their lineup by shrewd trading during the offseason, and in the 1970-71 season the team had 68 wins, including a record-setting 20 in a row. Alcindor was accumulating the first of the many records he was to accumulate in his long career. At the end of the regular season, he was named Most Valuable Player. The Bucks swept the finals that year, and Alcindor was named Most Valuable Player in the finals as well. He was also the league's top scorer for the first but not the last time. Immediately following this first championship season, Lou Alcindor adopted the Arabic name Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, meaning noble servant of the powerful one. In the 1971-72 season, Abdul-Jabbar was again the NBA's scoring champion. He was voted the most valuable player in that season and again the following year. In his first seasons as a pro, he had established himself as a dominant figure in professional basketball, but he was notably unlike the star centers who had previously ruled the sport. At 7 feet, 2 inches tall, he cast a long shadow, but he weighed a lean 225 pounds, far less than other players. His weight. The position of center had traditionally been occupied by large players, who could dominate by sheer strength, but Abdul-Jabbar brought an unprecedented agility to the position. His nimble performance on the court was the product of an intensely disciplined training regimen, far beyond what other basketball players at the time were willing to submit themselves to. He combined his speed and grace on the court with the devastating skyhook, a shot he could perform with either hand, from the top of his impressive jump. The shot was almost impossible to block, and sportswriters dubbed it the ultimate weapon. In 1974, Abdul-Jabbar suffered a scratch on the cornea of his eye during a mid-game collision. A broken hand suffered in the same incident kept him off the court for 16 games. After that, he wore protective goggles on the court to prevent further damage to his eye. The goggles became a trademark and made him the most easily recognized player in the game. The aging of some of Abdul-Jabbar's Milwaukee teammates led to a decline in the Bucks' fortunes in the mid-70s. After making it to the finals in 1974, the Bucks dropped to last place the following year. Despite Abdul-Jabbar's stellar performance in Milwaukee, he felt out of place in a northern Midwestern city with no substantial Muslim community. He requested to be transferred, either to New York, where he grew up, or to Los Angeles, where he had enjoyed such acclaim as a college athlete. In 1975, he was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, where his arrival revitalized a faltering team. Abdul-Jabbar was voted most valuable player in his first year with the Lakers. In his second season, the team finished in first place and Abdul-Jabbar was named most valuable player for the fifth time in 8 seasons, tying the existing record for MVP honors. Despite his fame, Abdul-Jabbar remained a deeply private person, and was visibly uncomfortable with the attention of the sports press. The next 2 seasons were unhappy ones for the Lakers, and Abdul-Jabbar missed 20 games in the 1977-78 season after breaking his hand in a scuffle with a player from his former team, the Milwaukee Bucks. The resultant bad publicity, compounded by his natural reticence, made this period a low point in Abdul-Jabbar's career, but better times were just around the corner. The Lakers' acquisition of the rookie Irvin "Magic" Johnson gave Abdul-Jabbar the support he needed to win 5 more championships for the team. In 1980, the Lakers won the NBA championship, and Abdul-Jabbar won his 6th Most Valuable Player award, setting a record that is likely to stand for many years to come. By their mid-30s, most basketball players have retired, but Abdul-Jabbar kept playing, staying in faultless condition through an ever more demanding fitness program. He augmented his practice of yoga and martial arts with meditation to relieve pre-game stress. In the middle of the 1980s, some fans and writers began to wonder if Abdul-Jabbar was finally running out of steam. The Lakers lost the 1984 finals to the Boston Celtics, their principal rival throughout the decade. In the 1985 finals, the Lakers faced the Celtics again. In the first game of the series, Abdul-Jabbar performed below expectations and the Lakers lost the game. His comeback in the second game was a sensation. He scored 30 points and led the team to victory in the game and in the series. Abdul-Jabbar was once again named Most Valuable Player in the final series. Abdul-Jabbar and the Lakers beat the Celtics in the 1987 finals as well. Now 40, he signed a new 2-year contract with the Lakers. Abdul-Jabbar led the Lakers to 1 more championship in the 1987-88 season. Over the course of the decade, Abdul-Jabbar and his teammates had made it to the finals 8 times, winning 5 championship titles. The 1988-89 season was Abdul-Jabbar's last playing in the NBA. His final game was the occasion of a massive outpouring of sentiment from his teammates, fans and the public. The one-time maverick of the league had become the beloved elder statesman. After 20 seasons, he retired with 9 NBA records, many of which still hold. His scoring record of 38,387 career points will probably never be equaled. In 1995, he was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Personal life and other works. Abdul-Jabbar met Habiba Abdul-Jabbar, born Janice Brown, at a Lakers game during his senior year at UCLA. They eventually married and together had 3 children. Abdul-Jabbar and Janice divorced in 1978. He has another son, Amir, with Cheryl Pistono. Kareem made his acting debut in the late martial art Bruce Lee movie, entitled Game of Death. He also starred in the 1980 movie, Airplane, where he was identified as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the movie. He also featured in television series such as Man from Atlantis, Everybody Loves Raymond, Amen, Full House, Scrubs and others. He has also appeared in documentaries such as the HBO documentary Kareem, Minority of One in 2015. In 2011, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar released his movie entitled On the Shoulders of Giants. Since retiring from active play, much of his time has been devoted to writing. His first book, an autobiography published in 1987, was titled Giant Steps. Although he has worked as an assistant coach for the Los Angeles Clippers and the Seattle Supersonics, and as head coach for the Oklahoma Storm of the United States Basketball League, his most interesting coaching experience was as a volunteer at Alcasay High School on the Fort Apache Indian Reservation in White River, Arizona, an experience he recounts in a season on the reservation. In 2009, he founded the Skyhook Foundation, which fields an elite all-star traveling basketball team of middle school and high school youth in partnership with the Boys and Girls Club's College Bound program. The Skyhook Foundation emphasizes the values of discipline, leadership, teamwork, and conflict resolution that make for excellence on the basketball court and in the classroom. In November 2009, Abdul-Jabbar announced that he had been diagnosed with Philadelphia chromosome-positive chronic myeloid leukemia. This rare form of the blood and bone marrow cancer is manageable with medication. Abdul-Jabbar made this announcement almost a year after first receiving the diagnosis. In the years since, Abdul-Jabbar has continued to pursue an impressive variety of philanthropic and cultural endeavors. In April 2015, the 68-year-old Abdul-Jabbar received a diagnosis of cardiovascular disease. Shortly after receiving his diagnosis, he underwent quadruple bypass surgery and has made a complete recovery. In 2016, President Barack Obama recognized Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's contributions to American society with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. The president noted that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had dominated professional basketball, along with fellow recipient, Michael Jordan. The NBA paid tribute to Abdul-Jabbar's lifetime of social activism by creating the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Social Justice Champion Award. At the present time, he is promoting a new mystery novel and talking about history, jazz, and black life with author Walter Mosley. His net worth is estimated around $25 million. So this is the life of legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar till now. We hope that he will be fit and happy in his upcoming years. He once said that, "I try to do the right thing at the right time, and you can't win unless you learn how to lose. So we should always work hard to the right things. Whether we win or lose, one day we will definitely get success." With this we end our video. So like, comment, share this video as much as possible and subscribe for more great content. See you soon.